Hey guys, welcome back to this week's podcast. This is our fourth episode, or fourth week. No, actually, it's our fifth week. It's our fourth episode. Okay, so I mean, thanks to COVID, there isn't that many events. Once again, but we do have one. So do you want to
take it away?
Okay, so next week on Thursday, we have a CPDP kind of choices presentation for parents. So that's for year 11s who are going into DP next year. And that's, like I said, on Thursday from 6 till 7:30 p.m.
So I just wanted to mention this, the candy cane sale. This is from Stuco, but the candy cane sale is, it got started like a couple days ago, and it ends on the 4th, which is like Friday of next week, I think. They're only $150, and from personal experience, I love
$150. Like 150 candy canes.
Francs.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, I mean, you can buy them for yourselves. That's what I normally do. But if you're feeling generous, buy them for your friends. Hopefully they buy you one back so you're not actually losing any money.
I won't promise.
But yeah, they're a fun thing to do, and I think they're for a good cause, aka Stuco.
Okay, so this week I researched the topic of, the person, Wendy Carlos. And we've got some photos here, and let me just say, she's got some cats, and they're very cute. So she's an American musician and composer, and she's best known, but still not like very known, but like she's best known for her work in electronic music and film scores. So she was born on November 14th, 1939 in Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
Dude, that's so funny. She has cats, and it's called. She was born in Pawtucket. She likes cats.
So she's very talented in music, as well as the graphic arts and the sciences, and she actually won a Westinghouse Science Fair scholarship for a home-built computer. So she had a major in music and physics at Brown University, and she earned a, whatever that is, MA?
MA stands for Masters of Art. Master of Arts.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so music composition at Columbia University. So like I think it's cool, you know? Music and physics. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So, I'll start that sentence over. So, during the 1960s, she transitioned from male to female, so she's trans. And that's sort of one of the reasons that people don't really know about her, is because she had to sort of go into hiding about that. So that kind of covered up her entire... She's considered to be very important in music history, even though a lot of people don't really know about her. So, she oversaw the development of the Moog synthesizer. So... Like, that nowadays is not, like, a crazy thing, but, like, it was the first model of a synthesizer, and she worked with... Sorry?
She worked with Robert Moog. That's why it's a Moog synthesizer.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, I was wondering, for people, if it's Moog, it looks really
strange. It looks a bit silly. She made an album called Switched On Bach in 1968, and it was using the music by Johann Sebastian Bach, the composer, on the Moog synthesizer, and that helped get it kind of popularized, and also won her 3 Grammy Awards.
Which is a lot, but wasn't she sort of in hiding though? So
at this point, I believe.
So then, how did she?
She probably just released it.
I think she wasn't out yet.
Okay.
Like I know, like as in, I don't think she even really. I wasn't. It's hard to find information about her. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
Because she was kind of like secretive for reasons that are obvious. But like I think this was before she had like transitioned. Okay. I think, because then later she composed the score for 2 Stanley Kubrick films, which
for all of our film nerds out there.
A Clockwork Orange in 1971 and The Shining in 1980.
Whoa,
The Shining, y'all. She did the soundtrack for The Shining. That's
Which
cool.
is like,
it's ominous, but it's like weird. It
really
the whole analysis
builds
of
the whole movie basically.
Yeah.
I'd say, or film. My bad.
In the 70s, there was a big, gay rights movement happening, which kind of, that's good. But also, a lot of those people were saying that trans people aren't included in that movement, and there were a lot of feminist movements that were anti-trans.
That's so stupid.
There were a lot of dangers involved in being openly trans, or even just like seeming trans, and you could get, at the very least, verbal abuse, but often death threats and sometimes being attacked. So
I mean, even now,
it's especially especially trans women, because I don't know, there's people who read about that. but basically it's not great. It's not safe. And back then it was even less, or it was pretty dangerous. And there was no, legal stuff involved that would protect you in any way.
Yeah.
Which there still isn't very much of, but yeah, so. She appeared in the May 1979 issue of Playboy after
Really?
Playboy.
It was an interview about her.
In Playboy?
Don't ask me. I don't.
Sorry, I just did not expect that.
I don't know why, but
Since
that's the.
a
Maybe it's
composer
because nobody.
in
Maybe it's
Playboy.
because like.
So random.
No, maybe it's because since she's trans, like a lot of more like
Yeah.
mainstream stuff. Like I mean, I was like not obscure, but like they would do more like risky stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess interviewing a trans person about being trans is probably.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
they're
good on
already
Playboy.
in there.
But although she did say that the fact that they like, what was it? She like they focused a lot on her transness, rather than like she was talking about her career and
Yeah.
stuff as well. But they just like put like 2 pages about it, and then the rest was about her being trans, and she was kind of like, okay,
yeah.
rude. But she said like that she was very scared and like she was afraid for her friends because they might be the target of people's anger just because she's trans. But she did it anyway because she, needed to speak. So although she was very understandably very worried, she said she was worried of what effect this was going to have. She was afraid for her friends that they would become a target for this. And she also had to basically permanently change her relationship with everyone in her life who didn't know this, because many people were going to be, angry at her for it, and a lot of people would be very uncomfortable with it or
Bruh, people are weird.
distance themselves from her. So it was a big risk to take, and it was a big sacrifice to have to make, even though it's literally just for her to be herself. But she said she got tired of having to lie all the time, which is, if you have to lie about your entire existence, it's a bit,
Yeah, it's not
your
gonna
whole
feel great.
identity, yeah. But,
Already forgot
so
the
yeah,
meaning.
I think it's a common theme with her and with, a lot of people that, not necessarily trans people, but just people that have something different about them, is that they want to talk about their passion and their interests and, the career, the things that they've built with their life, their accomplishments.
Their legacy.
Yeah, and then, but the people who actually want to listen to them, they only want to listen to them talk about their weird, like, that weird thing about them, which in this case is like, oh my
or
God,
people
she's
just
trans.
don't want to listen to you at all because
but
they
if they do, they sensationalize
devalue
it
you.
about the fact that you're trans, and that's so weird, which is just like very disrespectful.
But
And
I think a lot of the time they think you want to talk about it.
yeah, but
Yeah,
like
they're
it's
like-
also
And like
that
sometimes
you, I mean,
people do, but you don't have to
the
force
thing
them
is-
to make it their whole identity.
I feel like
Just-
as a journalist, though, you should be able to read people.
but also,
Because
I mean, the fact is,
you're working with people all the
people
time.
think it's just kind of like almost exploitative, I guess. It's like people are like, oh, well, people don't care about hearing about synthesizers, so let's talk about the fact that you're trans. Wow, that's so weird.
Yeah.
But like that's
Yeah, I mean, but that's what journalists do. They always find like the most interesting thing.
yeah, I
and they
know,
kind of
but
pick
it's
it
kind of
apart.
messed up because
It
it's
is
like
messed up,
interesting.
yeah.
I mean, at the
As
same
in a
time, what
disgusted
did you
way for a
expect
lot of
from
people.
Playboy?
Essentially, I just thought it was cool because first of all, not many people know about this, and also she like wrote the soundtrack for 2 really famous films. Also, just a note, I'm not sure how recent this was, but there's this writer, Amanda Sewell.
Cool.
She wrote a biography of Wendy Carlos, except that she never talked to Wendy Carlos, and everything is sort of
Oh.
just speculative information. And Wendy Carlos made a public statement that she had no involvement in it, and it's all based on like myths, or like not
Dude,
myths, but like
what?
it's all just based on speculation, because none of it, because she's very secretive about her life, and this lady's just writing as if she like knew her
Yeah.
her whole story, and so it's kind of messed up.
That's basically the story of Wendy Carlo. Carlos. Hopefully you found it interesting. That was just a little bit of history, music history.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, she's quite interesting to look at. Obviously, not that easy to look into. But yeah,
If you're a fan of The Shining, there's a fun fact.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of The Shining and didn't know that, are you really a fan of
Are
The
you
Shining?
are you really?
Anyways, so yeah, just as we say every week, let us know if you want to give us any suggestions. I think we got a couple last week, which were good. We didn't.
But they're
do
quite
them.
heavy topics.
Yeah, they're
so-
heavy topics, so we got to research about them more
Yeah.
and kind of spread them out, so it's not like.
And I don't know if
Does
anyone wants more like chill episodes. I don't know
But the
what
thing
a
is,
chill
I feel
episode
like-
is, but like these are really important topics to talk about, and it's not something.
We could just do like a little fun
But I
one
think
if you
even
guys
when we
want.
do these kinds of topics, like this one, it wasn't like heavy.
Yeah,
it was
I
just,
know,
and it
I
was
know.
church.
But yeah, let us know. Follow us on Instagram, Nation's Latest. Interrupted. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well because of
Like the weather at the moment is kind of cold. It's kind of gray, kind of
gloomy.
kind of depressing weather. So I hope everyone's hanging in there, and yeah, looking forward to the Christmas holidays. To be honest, TBH.
Yep.
Okay, see you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
See you, alligator.
See ya.